Now, before moving further into the isomerism and nomenclature of these compounds, let us first understand the terms which are used for these compounds and what exactly is the meaning of those ions which or specific terms which you use for these compounds. So let us first do the definitions. Like, let us take example of the same very common coordinate compound. See, the species which we keep in the square bracket is called coordination entity or coordination sphere. Now, why it is called coordination entity or a coordination sphere? Because the central metal atom is bonded to these species and forms a three-dimensional polyhedron which takes the form of a sphere, as well as this entity is having these group of species bonded to the central metal atom, the metal atom which is there like Fe, through coordinate bonds. So here what we find is the bonding is coordinate bond. It's a normal sigma bond, and that is why we call these species as coordination entities. Now, these entities can be neutral, they can be cationic, or they can be anionic. Like in this case, since it is coming after a cation, it is an anionic coordination entity. It can come like this. Now, in this case, what we find is this coordination entity which is kept in square bracket is coming first, followed by an anion, so it's a cation in this case, and it can be a neutral coordination entity also. Like this case, tetracarbonyl nickel, no cation or anion before and after this, which shows it's a neutral species. So coordination entities, the three-dimensional spherical or polyhedral structure which is there in these compounds, in which there is a metal ion at the center which is bonded to these special group of atoms through coordinate bonds, is called coordination entity. Now let us move to the second. In every coordination entity we have first a metal atom or an ion. So this is called central metal atom or ion. It can be neutral atom or it can be an ionic species. Metal atom in the form of an ion. So what is central metal atom or ion is? The metal atom or ion which is present at the center of these coordination entities or in the three-dimensional polyhedron and accepts pair of electrons from the ligand, from these species, whom we call ligands, are called central metal atom or ion.